Okay, everybody, welcome aboard to How to Save Money. And in today's video, we're going to be reviewing Ford, and we're going to be seeing how their body holds up over 210,000 miles. Now, this car sits in the sun often. I don't drive it really much. I only drive it a few towns over, a couple of times, 4 or 5 times a week. So today I won't be driving it. Tomorrow I won't be driving it. The day after I won't be driving it. And then the day after I won't be driving it. Then I drive 3 towns over. I only drive like 100 miles a week, if that. So in August, the odometer, early August, the odometer hit 210,000 miles. And it's only had 210,558. 210,558. Now, so as far as their body, the body goes in this car, yes, this car, believe it or not, has a lot of in-town mileage on it. Get a little bit of bash up right there, who cares? And Ford, the paint quality control isn't really that much there. There's a lot of base paint in this thing. And it's got another paint fade right there, and it's starting to rust. Haha, they ain't even rusty and reliable, right? And it looks like at one point in time in this car's life, somebody bashed into something and put body filler in there. Hello! And it's got another scratch right here. And a dent. And on this side wall, I spent a lot of time in the sun on that side because the paint doesn't really exist. I mean, really, it's like nothing there. You know, the clear coat really looks like garbage. And, you know, the back bumper on this side is in pretty good condition. But it looks like people kissed this thing's ass a couple of times. Really, I mean, look at that. Bing! Bing, 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 bing. Now, mind you, this has got a lot of miles on it. And it's got 200-something thousand miles on it. 210,000 miles. And a pretty fair amount of that driving from the old order in Providence, Rhode Island. So you know how Providence is. People wheel into things all the time. You know, 15,000 people probably hit that bumper. And Ford, yes, they're a little ugly with their bad paint jobs that they have. The bumpers are still pretty freaking good in this thing. I mean, look at this thing. It is original after 22 years, pushing 22 years, and the headlights are original. And you want to see something that Audi can't do? Ford can actually make their headlights stay nice and glossy. Guess what? I've seen 6-year-old Audis where they're already drying up. Now, if you look at the tires, I also want to review these. And the wheels aren't in super bad condition. They are just dirty because old Ryan's lazy to clean them. All right. Really, I mean, I got these new Michelins. They're atrezzo, which are a Michelin branded tire company. And, well, the little wear marks just came off. So I really haven't put many miles on these tires. But they really ride nice. You know, got 4 tires all around. They're matching. Oh, well, these wear bars are still there. And yes, the spoiler is cracked and faded, and the paint's almost gone, and the paint's scratched up, and it's filthy as can be on this side. But the stupid thing still does the job. I mean, look at these tires. These are really good quality tires. They might not have costed a lot of money. Well, they're actually $500 all around. And that, you might be wondering what the hell type of Frankenstein thing that is. Well, well, that was because this is a Ford after all, and the rocker panels are starting to rust. So old Ryan did such a Band-Aid repair. He put a bunch of body filler in, and then what he did as he used painter tape to seal the body filler in. I mean, really, you got to get it done for cheap. Not spending money on that one. Now, the quarter panels aren't in bad condition. You could beat them and they're still holding. I mean, I've seen Chevys where you do this and you're getting a tetanus shot afterwards because rust is going through half your hand. I mean, hey, look, these brakes. I got them a couple of months ago, and check it out. They still look pretty freaking nice. Now, let's go underneath this thing. Okay, so take a look at that. This is the EVAB system. I mean, back when Ford was really making good stuff. Though, the frame is okay. It's got a lot of superficial rust on it. Now, again, look at this muffler system. Pushing 20 years old and the muffler's original. Nissan can't do that. Oh yeah, I bet you those McPherson struts are original too. I mean, really, you can't kill these things. This is when Ford was making things last. I mean, look at the fuel tank. Solid metal, baby. Solid metal. I mean, yeah. I mean, definitely not a bad car underneath here, I'll tell you that now. Look at, unlike a Pinto, well, you could still see the fuel tank because a Ford Pinto would be all rusted out. Now, I mean, again, I'm too lazy to go up front, but it does need a little work on the front quarter panel. Well, because this was a theft car and somebody tried to light it on fire, it still rolls down the road. $1,000. You can't go wrong with none of these things. I picked this thing up. I'd say I picked it up March. Now, mind you, I've only put about 9,000 miles on it since March, and kind of driven it all over the place. I've driven it to Canada and back a couple times. It's been to upstate New York, and because it's not a half-assed BMW, it still rolls down the road. I did a survey yesterday, right? And I asked people who had Lexus ES 350s manufactured from 2007 to 2012, which is the absolute pinnacle for reliability on those things. There's 6-speed automatic transmission and a 3.5 liter 6-cylinder bulletproof indestructible Toyota engine. So each and every one of them had well over 150,000 miles. My first question was, would you ever buy a German car? And you know what their response is? No! They would never buy one of those German junkers. You know, because they know what reliable luxury is. You know, I did a video on an Acura MDX. I'm still going to post that one. But I did a video on an Acura MDX. And the lady's complaining because she took it to some half-assed shops and they don't do good work. They'll go to this shop. And what they did is, they might have been trying to kill her, but what they did is they were doing the brakes, and then I check out the suspension after, because about a week later, she hears a bunch of clunking sounds coming from the suspension. And they did the rear brakes on those things, and those things, you got to whack the rotor really hard with the hammer to release it off the hub. Well, the hammer, they were just lazy, and they left it up in between the strut. So that's what they said. But I don't know, sloppy mechanics are so notorious for damaging struts. So, you know, you can get new ones. You know, they don't mind doing that. Hey, you know, that strut's leaking. Hey, let's charge her for all 4 of them right now. So I go underneath the stupid thing, and the hammer is wedged up in between the strut, trying to damage the strut. Either one or two things here. It was really dumb mechanics working on that car, or they're really sleazy mechanics that are trying to potentially harm her, because say that strut went inside of the vehicle because it didn't have enough suspension. Say that happened. Well, first off, the frame's going to be damaged, and, you know, you could do all sorts of stuff. You could crack that strut, the rear wheel could fly off. I mean, though it was an Acura, so, you know, the Honda strut systems are pretty indestructible. So I pulled the strut out, and then I drive it around for a little bit, you know, get up in the speed, and guess what? I didn't hear anything. The strut was still working perfectly fine. Now, mind you, it did have about 123,000 miles on it. Now, old Chevrolet, they can build struts for 50,000 miles without hammers wedged in them. Oh, bulletproof Honda, they can make struts with hammers wedged in them. And, you know, normally like that Audi over there, I mean, that would have broken that car in 5 miles. She drove it around on a week like this. And still, it was still working after that. You know, you can't go wrong with these Acuras. And you already know the deal. You turn the you push the button, and because it does have an electronic start, you push the button, beep, 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 and away you go. Now, I will tell you one thing. Unlike the 2005 CRVs, the AC compressor was still working. You don't find that very much on the old CRVs. Now, yes, so the exhaust system underneath. Now, because it was an Acura, this is a Honda system. So it had Honda exhaust, but those were still working good too. So who really cares? She got the hammer out of the strut. So you know what you do? Live with it.